Alright, so changing the oil in an Argo engine is not very easy because you can't pull the engine out and you can't get to the drain plugs. They're down, way down low, hidden underneath the engine. So the only real way to do it is to pump it out. So what I've done is I went to Harbor Freight. Oil all over the floor here. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought myself a hand transfer pump. Comes with a little hose which you then stick down into the oil filler tube on the engine and pump away. Now you gotta move it a couple times. Make sure it's all the way down the bottom of the crankcase, like right there I'm hitting. Pump it a couple times. You obviously want to get as much oil out of the engine as you can. So I'm taking the time because this oil is old oil. So I'm taking the time to do it right. I'm going to hang this right here, right on top of you guys. So anyway, I think I got it all out of there. I'm going to double check, make sure, put the dipstick in and see if anything shows up. And clean that up a little bit. A little residue on, could be from the filler tube too. It's stuck in the filler tube. But I think I got it. So, now we add new oil. Now, I used to be a distributor for AMSOIL. And I know a thing or two about oil. Starting fluid, best hand cleaner ever. I know a thing or two about oil because I went through their training to be a sales rep. I shouldn't say that, not with AMSOIL, with the next company I'm going to talk about. But I studied how oil is and different things about oil through the AMSOIL online school. And when I used to have my own business and run a FedEx truck, I ran AMSOIL in my trucks, in addition to all their greases and whatnot. And I never changed the oil in my FedEx truck. Yeah, you heard me. I would send in a sample once every 3 months. They would analyze the sample, and then they would send me back a message. Yeah, your oil's still good, or change it. Never once did it come back bad. The key was changing the filter every 3,000 miles and utilizing a good synthetic oil type filter. So that's amazing in itself. Secondly, I then, in my journey of life, applied for a job as a distributor sales rep with Justice Brothers oil additives. And I went to Minneapolis, to the Twin Cities, and actually attended their school for 3 days. And they showed me all their products, and they showed me how their products work and how effective their products are. And I was literally floored. They took your average lubricants like WD-40, all these other different, aerosol lubricants, and they put them on a ball bearing or on a wheel that was spinning, a metal wheel. And then they had a lever with another wheel on it that they would push down on, so the two wheels were, the bottom one's spinning, the top one's stationary. And they would push down on that wheel as hard as they could, and you would count the number of seconds before the two moving metal parts started squealing. With every product they tried, they had a whole roll of products there. Every product they did this test with, the two metal parts were squealing within a matter of a minute or less. That meant that the viscosity of that material had broken down, and the film between the two metal parts was just sitting on top of the metal parts, and it just wore away, and now it's metal on metal. Then they use their product. Their product actually soaks into the metal because metal, believe it or not, is porous, and it actually makes the metal slippery. So you can sit there and push on that as hard as you want all day long, and that thing would just keep spinning and not a squeal. I was sold. I never got the job. I was there for 3 days. No, 1 day. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of it different. 1 day I was there the whole day, sun up to sundown and beyond. And I never got the job, but I'll tell you what, I'm a Justice Brothers user for life after seeing that demonstration. It just blew me away. So anyway, the products I use from them are Justice Brothers Engine Tune. It's not really an engine tuning thing or anything like that. It's more of a, it's that straight up chemical, metal conditioner chemical that they did that test with. And it comes in a little pony can. I put that every time I do an oil change in my engines. I put a can of that in there. My Fleet Farm was out of that, so this is the next best thing. This is called an oil treatment, and this is the same. It's the JB metal conditioner. It's the same pretty much product that's in that engine tune. It's just the stuff is amazing. So I'm going to add a little bit of that to this engine, and this engine's going to go ah ha ha. Thank you. I'm not going to put a lot in. This normally you put this whole can in, I think. Yeah. One can is for 4 to 5 quarts of oil, so I don't obviously need the can on this because it only takes 1 quart. So I'm just gonna put in a shot or two. Not that much. And that will absorb into the moving parts of the engine and make the metal slipperier. The oil I'm going to use, obviously, is an AMSOIL synthetic small engine oil, 5W30. The specs call for, you know, I should probably read the specs. I'm going to go look at the service manual. I'll be right back.